Red 2 standing by, all for lit and in the green. Welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. Let me just quickly check something. Yep, there we go. Everything's been sorted out. I've been trying to set this up and dealing with some uncooperative tech, and I just finished recording for Mario Party 4 at the time of this, and I am fed up with that game. I just wanted it to be done. I had to force myself to finish it, so I've been doing some training off screen. I've got pretty much everyone but Wingull at a reasonable level, so as we can see, Turner is ready to evolve at last. I decided I'd wait until level 9 so we only have to deal with the Cocoon stage for one particular level. And I don't know what the Cocoon stage is. I was actually able to cancel the evolution before I saw. We've got Gex as our backup. Freddy the Lotad. Zigzagoon, who actually wound up hitting the 1% chance to get a nugget. I'm keeping it around for pickup. There's generic old Wingull and Drog the Poochyena. So, this slightly motley assortment is going to see what Turner turns into against a Wurmple. Fair enough. So, I decided that I would actually save it to see what we came up with. I mean, Turner's going to be useless against Roxanne either way. Especially so if Turner becomes Silcoon. But, there we go. It is a good time for GBA Pokemon because I've also been playing Fire Red. I'm doing a bit of training before fighting Misty because unfortunately I don't think my team's that good, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, and as we well know, evasion strategies do not work for you. They work for the AI, but not you. So, Turner is evolving. Don't want to hit the B button because otherwise we will be stuck. Is that Cascoon? Yep, we are getting Dustox. Nice, I haven't used Dustox. Might take Turner with me for a while. Very good, very good, very happy. So we can go into Petalburg City, which has got a nice sort of brick naming thingy, and just heal our team again, even though I probably have. It's nice to be back here. It's just much more relaxing, so we can talk to people, of course. Oran Berry, regained HP. Many types. Well, yeah, some of them strong against the water and ground types, but okay, handy information for beginners. So we do actually get to meet the person in charge of the computer system, as always. Collecting the profile. May I see your profile? Info. Putting together 4 words or phrases. Alright, so this couldn't possibly go wrong. So, my profile will be something interesting. He's still blathering on. Alright, let's... Alright, so what... Right, I think that's a nicer one because I couldn't find anything that I really wanted to do to wind up insulting myself. And I didn't really want to make anything questionable either. Well, yeah, that works. So, sorry for the diversion. Let's go and say hi to Dad. Because if we head up to the gym, we can go and talk to our dad. We can talk to this guy, who will tell us about the PC boxes. And there is our dad, the only time a player character's male parent is actually around. Thank you for not being a deadbeat, Norman. Well, if it isn't Scarlet. So, you're all finished moving in? I'm surprised that you managed to get here by yourself. Ah, I see, you're with your Pokemon. Then I guess you're going to become a trainer like me, Scarlet. That's great news, I'll be looking forward to it. I'd like to get a Pokemon, please. You're... oh, right, you're Wally, right? I'm gonna go stay with my relatives in Verdanturf Town. I thought I would be lonely by myself, so I wanted to take a Pokemon along. I could get Professor Birch to help you, but I think he's dead. He probably got mauled by a Zigzagoon or something like that. But I've never caught a Pokemon before. I don't know how. I see. Scarlet, you heard that, right? Go with Wally and make sure that he safely catches a Pokemon. Wally, here, I'll loan you my Pokemon. So exactly how it winds up obeying him when he's got no badges. But that's okay. Oh wow, a Pokemon. I'll give you a Pokeball too. Go for it. Oh wow, thank you. Scarlet, would you really come with me? Well, alright, I'll tag along. Happy to help my dad out. Nice little display of the gym leaders assisting people in town. Scarlet, Pokemon hide in tall grass like this, don't they? Please watch me and see if I can catch one properly. Whoa! Wally always finds routes. The routes he finds can be shiny. He can accidentally knock it out. But the game will always treat it as if he caught it. So, Zigzagoon with only tackle. So, hopefully we don't have any critical hits or anything. But, we continue to encourage Wally. Good job, kid. Yep, keep going, kid. That's it. Well, my Pokemon are on hand. Look, if anything happens, Turner and Gex can help out. Oh, he's got a potion too. Fair enough, he's well equipped. Wally uses a Pokeball. And it's very annoying to note that he has such an easy time finding a Ralts. And yes, the fact that he does wind up getting the male Ralts makes a difference in Oras because Gallade becomes his ace. I did it! It's my Pokemon! Scarlet, thank you. Let's go back to the gym. So, did it work out? Thank you. Yes, it did. Here's your Pokemon back. Scarlet, thank you for coming along with me. You two are why I was able to catch my Pokemon. I promise that I'll take really good care of it. Oh, my mum's waiting for me, so I have to go. Bye, Scarlet. Now, Scarlet, if you want to become a strong trainer, here's my advice. Head for Rustboro City beyond this town. There, you should challenge the gym leader, Roxanne. After her, go on to other Pokemon gyms and defeat their leaders. Collect badges from them. Understood? Of course, I'm a gym leader too. We'll battle one day, Scarlet. But that's only after you become stronger. So we've done all we can with our dad for now. After our little meeting, there's Wally's house. We can stop in and say hello. You must be Scarlet, right? Thank you for playing with Wally a little while ago. He's been frail and sickly ever since he was a baby. We've sent him to stay with my relatives in Verdanturf Town for a while. The air is a lot cleaner there than it is here. What's that? Where's Wally? Sounds like a good name for a book. He already left our Wally. I wonder where he could have gotten by... Man, the kid runs pretty quickly. Wally was really happy when he told us that he caught a Pokemon. It's been ages since I've seen him smile like that. So, there we go. Not too bad. We've helped out. First check what kind of gym is in the town. Well, that depends. This was a fun little feature, being able to see your reflection and sometimes the reflection of the clouds. I don't like looking at my own reflection. I hate mirrors. I can still see myself. I just don't like looking in mirrors. I really, really do not like them. Not big ones. The fact that my bedroom has mirrored sliding doors annoys me a bit. And yeah, they were recently doing some stuff for work where I had to do a condition report for a property that had big mirrored doors in one of the bedrooms and 2 big mirrors in the bathroom. Oh, I hated that. I absolutely hated that. So we're apparently from the Johto region, I believe. Yep, Norman is very obsessed with Pokemon. He's an excellent trainer, and we're going to find out what he's like later on, but... Hello, there is a suspicious man with sunglasses. Excuse me. Let me guess, from the way you're dressed, are you a Pokemon trainer? Well, maybe not. Your clothes aren't all that dirty. I wash my clothes, thank you, sir. My parents taught me how to do my laundry. I almost feel like I cannot help but think of Dan Green discussing doing various mundane things in Yami Yugi's voice, asking for change for his laundry, and gloriously over the top. You're either a rookie trainer, or maybe you're just an ordinary kid. I'm roaming the land in search of talented trainers. Sorry to have taken your time. You get back here and I'll have my cocoon use poison sting on you. Then we'll see who's laughing. And then I'll go through your pockets for change. Alrighty, so on to Route 104 where we can catch Tailo. Not too helpful because most of my Pokemon are weak to flying. Well, I could put Zigzagoon at the start, so... Always time to catch new Pokemon. Tailo is around here. Then we've got Shroomish and Slakoth. They're a bit harder to find, but I'll have a look around, see what I can get. Tailo is a pretty good Pokemon. The Facade Guts combination is still handy. It's very much a one-trick pony, in a sense. But boy, that trick's pretty good, because Swellow is fast. It's not super strong in terms of attack, but it's really fast. Give it a status condition and go from there. Because, let's see, I think Facade... I think with Facade and Guts, you actually ignore the attack drop from being burned. So it's going to hit pretty well with that. I think Norman actually employs those tactics. There are good strategies everywhere. Some of them are very simple, but they work. Mind you, I don't know the first thing about competitive battling. It's just Tailo is a little bit harder to find if I remember correctly. And I don't always have the patience. Let me confirm that it is here, because I think it's only found here. Ah, yes. Tailo! Oh, no, you can. So you can find it on Route 104, 115, 116, and in Petalburg Woods, but I'll grab it now. Hopefully. Hopefully it won't take too long. Wait, you can find Marill early? Okay, so here's an interesting point. Something really neat that pops up. Marill has a 1-to-1 gender ratio. 50% chance of being male or female. However, Azurill will actually have a 3-to-1 female to male ratio, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we found an Ultra Ball from Zigzagoon. So it is actually possible when you evolve your Azurill in some games for it to actually wind up becoming a male Azurill, a male Marill when it started out as a female Azurill. It was a bit of a glitch, I think. But it's kind of neat in its own way. So, Marill, the Aqua Mouse Pokemon. Its body is covered with water-repellent fur. Because of the fur, it can swim through water at high speed without being slowed by the water's resistance. So I did wind up actually catching C-Dot off screen. I didn't think it was in the game, but there we go, C-Dot. Acorn Pokemon. It hangs off branches and absorbs nutrients. When it finishes eating, its body becomes so heavy that it drops to the ground with a thump. I do like Nuzleaf and Shiftry. Well, probably more Shiftry is the one I like. But yeah, I definitely like that one. Like using Shiftry. I liked Extrasensory. It's a really good move. So, Wingull, which I forgot to read. The seagull Pokemon. It makes its nest on a sheer cliff at the edge of the sea. It has trouble keeping its wings flapping in flight. Instead, it soars on updrafts. So there we go. Now we run around and we try and find Tailo, so I've got to keep things interesting. I suppose something I could probably do is wind up compiling some Pokemon trivia to share with you while I'm running around like a loony. Something I was wondering is which Pokemon would have the highest stats. Like, for example, say, like, which normal type, obviously it's Blissey has the highest HP, but like, which one's got the highest attack, which one's got the highest defense, and so on. Things like that. I'd like to look that up and actually share that as a bit of trivia because I'm genuinely curious. It's always really neat finding out all these different facts and bits of information. Because I believe, and past me might be able to help on this. Probably need to get some experience into things. Past me might be able to help, but I genuinely do believe that the slowest of all the fastest Pokemon of a specific type is Dugtrio. Base 120 gives it the fastest speed of any ground type, to the best of my knowledge, but that also makes it the slowest of all the this is the fastest Pokemon. Like, Dugtrio ties with Alakazam for speed. I'm not having much luck finding Tailo, and I've crapped on enough. So I think what we'll do is we'll just speed it up and search a little bit. I really, really hate it when the thing I'm looking for just does not seem to exist. Oh well, that didn't take very long. Alrighty, so I'm trying to use Pokemon I haven't used very much. Or at all, for that matter. So I've got some planned out. I was very, 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 very afraid that there was going to be a critical hit in there. False Swipe is one of the best moves ever invented, and you will not hear otherwise. Oh well, we got Tailo, we're all good. So, we have Tailo, the tiny swallow Pokemon. Although it is small, it is very courageous. It will take on a larger Skarmory on an equal footing. However, its will weakens if it becomes hungry. So, there we are, and I believe we can probably provide a little bit of extra information if we really want to, or you can go and look it up yourself. People have done the necessary calculations to actually tell us what the average airspeed velocity of both the unladen African and unladen European swallow would be. On top of that, the reason the move Aerial Ace is a flying type move is because it's actually named Swallow Cut in Japanese. It can be learned by a lot of Pokemon that actually have cutting techniques but are not actually flying types. Like, I think Bisharp can learn it, for example. Diglett can learn it, which is really funny. But yeah, that's the basic principle behind it. Its animation is inspired by the famous sword technique of Miyamoto Musashi, and that is why it's a flying type move, because it's a pun. So we can battle a child. Granted, we are technically a child too. Finally get ourselves back on track. There are some interesting little puns and clever creations along the way. I really do like a lot of the inspiration that comes through. I do sincerely hope that one day we actually wind up getting a region based on Australia. That would be fantastic. But it would also mean that pretty much everything would have to be a poison type or a fire type. Maybe a few fighting types like the odd boxing kangaroo or emus. Another fun thing to look up the emu war that happened in the 1930s. We kind of lost a war to emus. And emus can be dangerous, but they are not necessarily the one some of the animals you think of when you wind up thinking of all the various murderous animals Australia has. Now, emus can be dangerous. Cassowaries are much more aggressive. Cassowaries will not hesitate to rip holes in you. So you don't want to cross those. Definitely not. But there are so many ridiculously dangerous and deadly animals, like the tiny irukandji jellyfish. Do you want to know something that happened with that? When the scientist who actually wound up finding out about it was doing some experiments on it, he decided to not only sting himself, but his son in the process. I mean, something is wrong with this country sometimes. I mean, I could go in depth about what's wrong with a lot of things now. Ooh, that's not good, unless we get the... Alright. Well, we've got the knockout. Very good. Well done, Turner. We're getting close to evolution. Nice. I'll continue battling with Turner. We'll wind up the episode shortly. So, the sea. We do get to find out. This is the generation where we get Dive. This guy has a Magikarp. This isn't going to go well for him. One Magikarp, which is level 9. I mean, Gyarados is always good, but I suppose the problem in this generation is it doesn't get mileage from its water attacks, and it's got no flying moves. So, Gyarados never really had that much in the way of flying coverage. I think it can get bounced somewhere along the way. Its moveset has improved, but it was just so good with various physical attacks, it just didn't have the same type attack bonus to fall back on. But then it just gradually got more dangerous as time went on, because yeah, Gyarados was absurd in Generation 1, because it had 100 base special, along with its impressive base 125 attack. It was moderately fast, but it had amazing HP, reasonable defense, and those great attacking stats. Gyarados was a juggernaut with a pretty good move pool. It was something to be feared. Alright, how much have we got? Alright, so yeah, we don't have great attacking stats. 52 experience. Well, I can try. Let's give it a go. Maybe we can have a double evolution episode. It's just that we're not going to be hitting very hard. I mean, Dustox isn't a great attacker anyway, but we'll at least be able to rely on some special attacks, and it will be reasonably tanky. So that's kind of something. Oh, just Close, close. Alright, one more like that. Let's wrap it up by getting Turner to evolve. Good, level 4, that'll get us the experience we need. Can I poison it? What is Poison Sting's chance anyway? Something reasonable. It's about a 20% chance. I don't really remember off the top of my head, I'm afraid. I mean, Sludge used to have a 40% chance of poisoning, which was pretty decent back in Generation 1. Smog's also had about a 40% chance of poisoning, but its crap accuracy really makes it not worth using. Sludge was the best poison move in Generation 1, would you believe? Really not great. Anyway, Turner has hit level 10. We are going to get another evolution for him. Final stage. There we go. Dustox. Probably should track down the Pokedex entries, and we got Confusion, which is always helpful. So, the Pokedex entries for Cascoon. The Cocoon Pokemon. To avoid detection by enemies, it hides motionlessly beneath large leaves in the gaps of branches. It also attaches dead leaves to its body for camouflage. Dustox, the Poison Moth Pokemon. It is a nocturnal Pokemon that flies from fields and mountains to the attraction of streetlights at night. It looses highly toxic powder from its wings. What ability? So we'll just quickly check out the stats and that'll be a good spot to stop. No items for Zigzagoon yet. Okay, so it keeps shield dust. Reasonable stats, decent defenses. So there we go. Pretty good work. I can give Turner a bit of a break. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.